Hello guys, welcome to the new video of this Linux tutorial series. In the last video we discussed about the more command. In this video the agenda, let me give you the agenda of this video. The agenda of this video is to discuss the head and one more vice versa command of head, that is tail. Now, what is the head and what is the tail command will do is, let me give you a short overview, then we will jump up to the console, then see the demo. So head will print what say nth initial line of file. Now what need to focus here is initial. What tail will do is it will print nth lines of file from n. Now what is this nth? Basically the default value of n is 10th. That means head will show the 10 line of file if we use the head command, first 10 line of file. And tail will also, and the default value of n is 10 here, and tail will show the last 10 line of file. We can change the value of n also. How? We can see in the options while using the commands. But let me give the syntax. Let me give you the syntax of both the commands. So head and then options, then file. Same syntax is for tail. Tail, options, and file. Now we're gonna discuss multiple options. Let me give you the options also, then we will jump off. So the option of head and tail I am writing here separately. Okay, head and tail. The first option is -n, -c, or -v, -q. Same options in tail also. We're gonna use -n, -c, -v, -q. One more option, -f. Now tail supports one extra feature. There is one extra feature in tail that we don't have in head. Now what is that feature? Let's move to the video and see. Now what first n is here is, n means the number of lines. So as I told you, head will show some initial nth line of file. Now what nth, I give you the default value, that is the default value of n is 10. That means if I don't specify any value with -n option, it will print the first 10 lines of file. Let's go to the console and see. So see, we have one file here. The name of file is headless.txt. If I do cat of this file, it will show you. So this is a file that contain names, and how many names are there if I show you. So as you all know, in Vim we can see the number of lines in this last here. So there are 24 lines, and if we count the line 10 from the starting, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 till here. So let's see it works or not. So I am giving the head command without any options. I am passing this file name. So as I told you, it will print some default nth line of this file. Now what is the default value of n is? The default value of n is 10. So let's see. And if you count the lines, it's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 10 lines are there. Same if you don't use any options with the tail command and directly give the file name. So the work of tail is to print some nth line of the file, the nth last line of files. It will print some last lines of the file. Now how many lines it will print if we don't specify any value? So n. Now the value of n is 10 again here, the default value of n. If you count again, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and 10 lines, but it's not taking the lines, or it's not giving the first line, because if you check where this name Meenal is there in the file, so if you open the file, somewhere in middle. See, from here it's taking and till this, those are 10 lines, it's passing or it's printing on the screen, not the whole file. So there is a one use of head and tail. If you don't specify any lines, it will take the 10 lines by default and it will print those 10 lines from the start in the case of head and last 10 lines in the case of tail. Now what I want to see only the 2 lines, or let's say only the 5 lines, initial 5 lines. Uh, so how I can do is the syntax, as I told you, the option as I told you is -n. It will print that particular number of lines. So what you can do is you can do head -n. N means number of lines. How many lines I want to see? 5. The file name. Now as you all know, head will only print the lines from the starting. And how many lines from the starting? 5 lines from the starting. So let's see this head -n 5 and the name of the file. See, only 5 are there. If you, even though if you count, so 5 only. Now I want to see only 2 lines. So -n 2. See, only 2 lines. Only 1 line if I want to see. So that's how -n option will work. But let's say I want to see specific number of lines or particular only 4 or 5 lines from the last, not from the starting. So same way, same option, only the command is changing. At the place of head we are giving tail -n 5 and then the file name. See, only the file name it's giving. And you all know, if I open or read this file, the last letter or the last word is Swati and the last second is Jaya. So let's say if I want to see only the last 2 words, so what I will do is I will do -n 2. See, only the 2, only one. If I want to check, that means the last line of this file. See, it's giving us. Now let's move to the next option. The next option we are now going to discuss is -c. Now -c, as -n means number of lines, -c means number of character. How many character you want to see of that file particularly. So let's say, let's read this file first. See, the first letter is of 4 words. So what if I do have -c 4 and the name of the file? See, it's giving me a value here in the last. If you see, what say if I want to read the second name also? So again, that is a 4 letter, so that means I want to read 8. But now you will see some difference. See, N is not there, even though if you check that this Ajay and Aman are of 4 4 and I given 8 even though, but it's not giving me N. Why not N? Because there is one space in between. Where the space in between is, after the Ajay, it's taking one space. Now if I do -9, it will print N also. See, again if you check this last, the third word, that is Arohi, that is of 5 characters. So if I add 9 plus 5, 14. So what do you think, guys? What gonna happen? So it will not print the I of Arohi because again one space after the Aman it's taking. See, I is not here. So that is the -c option with head. Now let's say I want to read the characters from the last of the file, not from the what I say, from the beginning of the file. Then I will use the same command tail with this option. Now the last word is Swati. Why it's not giving S? Because it's reading from this blank space, and this blank space is counted as 1. After 1 we have I, that is 2, then T, that is 3, then A, that is 4, and W, that is 5. So that's why it's not printing S. See, if I do 6, now it will print S. Again, if you check after this Swati, it will go up to the word called Jaya. And again after Jaya we have some blank space, and Jaya is of 4 characters. Now let's say if I give 10 here, what will happen? See, J is missing. Why J is missing? If you count the total 10 characters are there or not. So see, one character is this blank space, I second, T third, A 4, W 5, S 6. After 6, this blank space again after in the front of Jaya, that is 7th. 7th, then A 8, Y 9, again A 10th. So that's how it's working. See, now it's coming. So that is our third option, and there is a second option. The third option is -v. V means verbose. So as you all know, verbose we use multiple times with multiple commands. So show me whatever you are doing in background. Okay, now let's use this option. What gonna happen? Let's see. So head, then -v and the file name. See, it's showing that this -v is showing that we are reading this file in the background. And what if we use with the tail? It will show we are reading the same file but from the end. Now where it is useful is, let's say there is one more file. Okay, let me create a copy of this file with the name only less.txt. Now if you see, there are 2 files in the current directory. Now if I do head and -v, this file and this file, we can read multiple files also with head and tail. See, it's showing me here in the background that first we are reading this headless.txt. How many lines? Obviously we are not passing any number, so by default it's 10. Then it's saying in the down here that we are reading less.txt. How many lines again? Again the 10 lines by default, because we are not giving any number. And if I don't give -v, so it will read the 10 lines of both the files, but it will not show. It shows because we are reading multiple files, maybe the version change, but yeah, whatever we are doing in the background, -v will show. Let's say headless and less.txt. Sorry, not less, my mistake. The tail. See, it's showing the last 10 lines with which files we are reading. So this is one of the option. The next option we're gonna discuss is that is -q, that is quit, in the quit mode, in the silent mode. Now what does it mean? Let's move to the screen and check. See, if I do now the less.txt, now you will see the difference. So if you read the 2 files with head without passing any option, it will first display the file name, then the 10 lines of both the files. See, this is the first file name it's displaying us, that is a headless.txt. Second is less.txt, and the 10 lines of both the files. But it's showing this first line which represents the name of the file. But if you don't want to see this file name, so there we can use the option called -q. Do the things in quit mode. Now if you see, from this Ajay to this, these are 10 lines, you can count also. So these 10 lines are coming from which file? Headless.txt. How we know? Because before using -q, just we saw on the top that, see, till ipsa, this is coming from the first file. Then again the 10 lines is coming from the second file, from here to here. The content is same because we copied the file, but yeah, these are total 20 lines, but this is not showing us the file name. Same thing is with the tail also. If you don't use -q option, only tail, it will show the file name, but if you use the -q option, it will not show, but it will list the last 10 lines of each file. See, these are the 10 lines. If you see, last word is Swati, and from here till here again. See, now one option we have that is only with tail, not with the head, that is the -f. -f is like follow me, follow mode. Now this is normally used by the admins or the monitoring guys of the company. Why I'm saying is because there are logs file, as I already told you, there are logs file, and whatever the server is running, those are generated logs, and those logs are generated somewhere in the file, somewhere in the OS of ours. Okay, now if we use the option tail hyphen f, then file name. So what this hyphen f option will do is, it will, because we are using tail, so it will, we are not passing any numbers or any line numbers like with the hyphen n option. It will first take the last 10 lines of the file. Which file? This file. But what hyphen f option will do is, it will not stop just after the 10 lines. So hyphen f is like in the real time monitoring of file. Real time monitoring of file in sense is, let's say you have a file with content line 1 till line 10th. So this command will show this line 10th, but as soon as possible, or whenever the file got changed with some line after this line 10th to line 11th or line 12th, this hyphen f option will show this also in real time. There is a use of hyphen f option. So let's try to show this somehow. But this is normally used by the monitoring guy. See, this is the cursor is blinking, it not stopped, or it's not giving us the command prompt again. But if you don't use hyphen f option, see, it started from this Meenal and ended at Swati, and again given us the command prompt. So, but if you use hyphen f, it will not give us the command prompt, it will work in the real time. See, now if someone changes in this file, obviously not someone changes. So here I will explain you, or I will show you this demo by changing in the file entries manually. But what happened in the real time or in the real world, the logs are not changed by manual or some humans. Those are not changed by any human, or those are not changed manually. So these are like automatic dynamic kind of thing. So whenever someone hits the server, like as I told you, whenever someone hits the website of AWS or Amazon, this will behind the scene generate a log, and this log are generate, or these are logs are saved in a file called log file. So we are not changing this log file automatically. When someone hits this website, it's automatically changes. We are not changing it manually. But here to show you the demo, I am changing this file manually. But here you can see it's continuously blinking. Let me stop, and again let me open one more terminal. Let me go to this. See, this headless.txt is here, and if I do headless.txt vi, and after this Swati, I am adding something. I don't edit anything, but if you go to the previous terminal and run the same command with hyphen f, see, it's blinking. It's not showing us anything, but as soon as I change and save the file, it will show me that output also. Let's say I'm adding head, not head, tail tutorial, tail hyphen f. I added these two lines. As soon as I save, see, I don't save the file, but its cursor is blinking. As soon as I change the file and save that file, it will show. Let's give it some time. What file I added? Okay. It's not working because, as I told you, if I change manually, it will not reflect, I guess. Yeah, so somehow I try to change this file. Let me try. See, now it's updating. Let me show you this demo again. Or let me change the file to something again, to the original one. So let me write cat. As you all know, we can add the content with cat command also, appending the content. So let me show you the original file first. There is the last word is this Swati. Okay, and let me go you to the previous screen, and if I use del -f, see it's pick up the automatically the last 10 lines, and it's even the prompting that means is in the real time. But as soon as I change something on this file, let's change by this command. So I'm writing tail tutorial, then tail -f. Now I'm saving this changes, but before saving the changes, see it's automatically taken up in the real time. And if I do enter, it will take tail -f again. See, even though files is like not in this particular the things we change is not there in this headless.txt, but somehow you can think of like cat is also another kind of real-time program. So whatever we are writing on this screen using the cat command, and we are appending to some file, so this content, even though we don't save that content here, but it's automatically gone away to this file. Now if we discard the changes, then it will automatically remove from this file. That's like this two lines or these two contents are already there in file, but if I not save this file, it will remove. But if I save, it will be permanently available in this file. So let's see if I am not saving the file. See, I press Ctrl C, even though it's here, because cat once updated the things. But if you check, see, so that is the use of -f option. Now there is one more option that is only available in the tail. You can think of like tail trick. So that option is not there in the head. What is that option? This plus sign. This plus sign is not available in head. It's only available in the tail command. How we can use this? So tail by default picking the last 10 lines, because the by default value of n is 10, we can change it to like -n5 -n2, as I already showed you, to change the number of lines in the tail command. One more thing I want to tell you. So this is kind of shortcut we can use. So if we use tail -n2 file, that is exactly equals to tail -2 file. Same with the head -n2 file is exactly equals to the head -2 file. What I replacing here is we are not using -n here. We are directly giving the number of lines hyphen after hyphen. So instead of -n, that means number of lines, then how many lines? 2 lines. We can directly give like this also in both head and tail command. So hyphen, then how many lines? So let me show you the demo of this first. So head -n to head. See, Ajay and Aman, and if I don't use -n directly -2 means how many lines? 2 lines. See, same thing with the tail command also. It will take the last 3 lines because I given -3, and this is just equals to the -n space 3. See, if you can like match the output also, both are same here and in the head also. Now